Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Maggie. Today we're going to be closing out November's budget. So this is what my husband and I spent in the month of November. We had a couple of big things happen that I'm going to tell you about. One of them is that we went on vacation for the week of Thanksgiving. We went to Miami, so we had some travel spending, and we also had some bill things going on. That's the biggest chunk of the money that left our accounts this month. So let's go ahead and dive in. I've got my spreadsheet here next to me of my cheat sheets, and let's get going. So first up is bills, which is 78% of what went out this month. And it's a big number. Are you ready? $54, excuse me. Why did we spend $30,000 on bills? So we sold our Polaris Expedition, which is a side-by-side vehicle, and paid off the loan that we had. So the nice thing is that we made more from it than what we owed. So we aren't underwater or anything. And we have fully cleared that loan because we no longer have that vehicle. So that's great. So that is the big bulk of what happened and exciting news. So I do have a tracker that we've been using to track that payoff, and we'll be coloring that all in today, which I'm excited for. So then let's move to the next category, which is beauty. It's just a little sliver on this chart. And that was $259. And looking at my notes here, what did we get? Let's see. I had a little bit of November shopping money that I had saved up. So I did the Sephora VIB sale. I shopped from Ulta during the same time. My husband also got a haircut, and he got a couple of new hair styling products. So that's that. For donation, we didn't monetarily donate anything, so that's a 0, but we did another run to Goodwill. So we've been going through our closets and stuff like that. So nothing monetarily, but we did still donate, just not it's reflected in the budget, you know. For gas, this is gas for our vehicles. It was $121. So not bad this month. Kind of a quieter month. Again, we were in Florida for a week, so that didn't, we weren't driving at that point, so that's good. The other thing is that I signed up for our grocery store that we shop at for the majority of our groceries is called Cub Foods. And they have a program where every $100 you spend at the grocery store, it's synced to your phone number, and then you get 10 cents off for every 100 you spend at the grocery store. So you get 10 cents off per gallon of gas at Holiday gas stations, which we have both a Cub Foods and a Holiday near where we live. So it's great. So in November, I got 20 cents off when I went to fill up. So our goal is we're going to kind of build it. And then at the end of the month, we'll go fill, whoever's vehicle needs a full tank, probably my husband's, because my husband drives a truck. So it's a bigger tank and more expensive. So yeah, we're going to hopefully save some from gas doing that anyway. It's great. Okay. Next is gifts. I spent $238 in gifts. So I bought, for our nieces, we're doing Amazon gift cards. So I bought those. And then I also, what else did I have in here? Oh, I had I got a couple of stocking stuffer type things for the nieces too. And then my best friend actually just bought a house. So I gave her a Target gift card. I actually bought some Target gift cards. They're each $25, I think. But I bought them, they were doing a gift card sale where you basically got 20% off or 15% off. So anyway, I just have 4 or 5 of those Target gift cards that I keep in my gift wrapping supply station, so that when somebody has a birthday that I kind of forgot about, or they are a baby shower or housewarming gift or whatever, I just have a quick gift card I can give. So I didn't actually spend from it, but I wanted to mention that I used one of those. Okay, groceries. This was pretty high this month. $1,101. I did order from the butcher box for Thanksgiving, Black Friday time. So that was charged in November, but the meat that we ordered is coming in December. I kind of want to see how it goes. I think that they have a lot of great offerings on their website for steaks in particular. I think day-to-day, chicken and ground beef will probably still get at our normal grocery store, but we're going to try it. If we like the quality, I might keep it up. It's $155, I think, a month. But other than that, the other part of why this was a little bit higher is that my dad was at our house while we were gone for Thanksgiving. And so I took him grocery shopping before we left because he was like house sitting and watching our cat and stuff. So I did a little extra grocery shop for him on the things that he wanted as kind of like a thank you. So I think that played into it. And then my husband also has been in this habit of going over to Lund's, which is like a fancy kind of bougie grocery store where I live. And he really likes their like pre-made section, like salad bar and everything. And it's good. I like it. But he's going over there a little too much. So we're going to have to rein that in. Okay, next is health. We spent $92 in the health category, and this was on some vitamins, and then we also needed toothpaste and mouthwash. So that's all that was. Moving over to home, which was $70. So I bought my 2026 wall calendar. My husband travels for work and we just have like appointments and stuff. So we always have a wall calendar. And then I also bought 3 little, they're like smaller size fire extinguishers, which sounds random, but being that we're going to be here in the city this winter, we have a real fireplace, like a wood burning fireplace. So I'm excited to have some fires. And then I realized, wait, we don't have any fire extinguishers in case this thing gets out of hand. So I did buy a little 3-pack of those just in case. It seemed like the responsible thing to do. And then the last thing is I couldn't find my Fitbit charger, so I bought a new one. I have no idea where it could have gone. It's going to show up one day in the most random spot, but I use my Fitbit every morning when I go to the gym, and it was bugging me that I couldn't charge it. So I just bought a new charger. Okay, next is Miko. So we spent $736 on Miko. We did get some litter, and then he went to the vet in November. He has diabetes. This is my cat. He goes, at this point, it's every 6 months, give or take. So he goes in for an all-day glucose curve. He was diagnosed with diabetes about a year ago, and like it was way more than like he was going in every week, every few days, it seemed like. But now he's super stable. He's on a pill called Bexacat, and it's been amazing for him. So anyway, this was one of his 6-month checkups for that. They have him all day and they take his blood throughout the day. And then he also was due for his vaccinations. And then they did some blood work on him because in December, on the 1st of December, he actually had a surgery or like a tooth appointment, dental appointment, and they pulled 2 teeth. So they need to do blood work before then. So the blood work was paid for in November, and then you'll see how much the teeth appointment was in December's closeout. But anyway, yeah, Miko's been a little expensive lately, but we love him. Okay, miscellaneous was $7, some random fee. I don't even know, but that's what that's usually there for. And then spending, this is for both my husband and I, and this was $1,158. So looking at my notes, let's see here, about $650 of that was from eating out. We went out to eat with a couple of friends one night. And then also we will like DoorDash once a week-ish. So that definitely is a part of that. What else? Oh, I had some Old Navy pants that I bought in October that I returned in November. So I did get some credit back on that. And then we also, I bought new headphones on Black Friday. And then my husband bought 2 like really nice leather bound books. Also on Black Friday. So those are there. And then I think that's kind of it as far as notes. Like I said, a lot of it was the eating out. So it is what it is. And then for travel, I just did a separate video on closing out our travel budget. So if you want to check that out and see exactly what we spent in Miami, that's the video to see. But from our travel fund or category, we spent $4,552. I also had a work trip to New York in the month of November. So how it works for me anyway is that everything goes on my credit card and then I'm reimbursed from my company when I do an expense report. So I always count everything and then usually I get my reimbursement like 2 or 3 weeks later. So anyway, that also happened. And then for vehicles, we spent $30. I needed a new snow scraper thing. I'm short and have like a smaller SUV. It's not giant, but I can't reach across the windshield. So I need one that like telescopic, it goes in and out. So I needed one of those because mine broke last year. And then I also got a new tire gauge thingy because that one broke too. So $30 there. And that's the last category. So in total, November, we had $38,418 leave our accounts. So big number, but again, most of that was from paying off the expedition loan, and we made some money off that too. So that was great. Okay, so that's the numbers. Let's get into some trackers. I have those prepped here, and let me get my markers ready to go too, because we got some coloring to do. So this is Margaret's money. This is where I keep track of my investing for the year. Margaret is my like full legal name, and it just seems like I have not grown into that name yet. It seems like that'll be, it's who I envision myself when I retire. I'm Margaret then, but Maggie now. So anyway, that's why it's called that. But I have been tracking. This year is the first year I will be maxing out my 401k, which I'm really, really excited for. Since my husband and I combined finances, that's something I was able to increase. So let's give this a little color, shall we? So in November, I was able to put more into my 401k. I also won a Q3 award at my work, and that was paid out in November. So that was really exciting. And I got $1,000 bonus. So love that for me. And then that also meant that I got a little extra on my employer match too. So we love that. Always trying to get any extra dollar. And then the HSA, I am on track to fully fund that this year too, which is great. And that's all invested. And then I've already maxed out. My goal was $1,000 in my brokerage account, but I'm already over that, which feels really good. So that's that tracker. Let's move on to the XP. So like I said, we paid this all the way off. So what color should we do? I'm thinking a light blue. That just seems cheery. So I'm going to color this in. I'm going to speed this part up because this is going to take a minute. But I know that some of you like to actually watch everything get colored in instead of just cutting to when it's done. So I will keep it rolling. I'll just, like 4 times speed it or something. Okay, look at that. All done. Not the prettiest coloring, but it did the job. Okay, so next is my mortgage tracker, and I'm realizing I need this gray highlighter. Where did that go? Hold, please. Okay, here we are. So this is how I'm tracking a little bit of a payoff for my townhome here. Long story short, I make one extra payment a year. How I do that is I take one payment, I divide it by 12 for the 12 months of the year, and I add that piece onto my normal payment. So I write in where I'm actually at versus the printed number is where I should have been at. So because I've been making one extra payment a year since I bought my house almost 8 years ago, I have been able to shave off some interest and get ahead. So I was supposed to pay $438. Goodness, I need more coffee. In interest, I only paid $414 in interest, which is great. I was supposed to pay $314 in principal, to actually bring that balance down, and I actually paid $399.56, which is great. So my balance, if I wasn't paying anything extra, should have been at $135,427. I'm actually at $127,915. So very exciting. And today I'm going to then take this number, the $127,915, and come down here. That is lower than $128. So I can highlight this one. And today's one of those special days where I get to highlight 2 because this is $127,917 and I'm at $127,915. So very exciting. I get to do 2. And now I can see how far ahead I am. So I've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 months ahead almost 2 years ahead on my mortgage. It doesn't mean that I get to skip it for 2 years. That'd be great. But yeah, it's just kind of a nice way to just work towards paying that down a little bit. It's not my primary goal, and you know, we'll see what happens with it, but it is just something nice to kind of track, you know, like the slow and steady does add up. It definitely does become a snowball. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are good. Let me know what went on in November for your finances. Anything special or different go on with the holiday shopping or anything like that. Would love to hear from you. And that's going to be it for today's video. So I will see you soon in tomorrow's video for Vlogmas. And if I don't catch you there, I'm sure I'll catch you another time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.